Life is short, it ain't no guarantees. Just step on out, girl, you wear me.
Welcome, everybody. Another week. Oh my goodness. We have a wonderful show for you today.
Go Curvy.
Thursday is my favorite day of the whole week because I get to spend time with my Go Curvy family. Are more than numbers on a scale. Live for today, love your body today, and let's go curvy. Welcome everybody. Oh my goodness, we are so happy to have you here with us today. It is Go Curvy Thursday. And what a show we have for you today. So much excitement, so much fun, but I have to mention something because it's literally almost around the corner. On August 23rd, I gotta get that date right, I will be in Vegas for the 40 Plus Divas Fashion Show. Woo! So make sure you join me. Have a look at our social media and get all the information because it is gonna be Girls Weekend in Vegas and we are gonna have so much fun. So make sure you check it out. I hear there's gonna be some amazing fashions and I'm hosting, so I can't wait to meet you in Vegas. Let's go have some fun Girls Weekend in Vegas. Wow. I'm giggling because later on I've got to show you my shoes. I have these shoes. I said my outfit today is all about the shoes, so I will definitely show you the shoes in a few minutes. But let's hop on over to the Spicy Girl Talk and look who we have on the couch today. Give a wave, everybody. Hey.
What's up?
Oh my goodness. Let's go say hello to our beautiful Priscilla over in the chat room. Hey, Priscilla.
Hey there, Sherry Lee. Hey there, Go Curvy viewers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure you're tweeting us at Go Curvy to join the conversation.
Oh, you look beautiful, sweetheart. Can't wait to come chat with you in a few minutes. And I have one of my favorite people in the whole wide world on set today, and that is Brandon Aki. He is a courtship expert. And if you're following me on social media, you know today's show is all about dating. I feel like I need to go dun, 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 but we'll or breathe or sigh, but hopefully Brandon will give us some great advice and we'll be able to be happy and cheery about dating. Yay! In lifestyle today, I am cooking you up so much. And I even have a cocktail made of fresh peaches. So make sure you tune in for that. I know it's so delicious. And Brittany Ybarro over today in Beauty is going to show us the perfect date makeup. You don't want to overdo it. You want to look like you, but it's also important to make a really good first impression. So can't wait to see what Brittany has for us. But let's get started over at Spicy Girl Talk because we're going to talk about dating. Hey, everybody! I am so happy to see all of you today.
Yeah.
Oh, your beautiful faces. There's nobody else I'd want on this couch.
Dum,
Dun, dun, dun.
She's setting us up. She's setting us up.
Oh, no. But you've all been here before, so you know the routine. So I'm going to start. I am Sherry Lee Meredith. I am the host and creator of Go Curvy. I am wearing this gorgeous dress from Kiona. This is probably one of my favorite dresses ever. So this is from Kiona. And like I said, today it's all about the shoes. Yes. And I'm not even sure whose shoes these are. Oh, they're Fergie. They're Fergie.
Oh, they're Fergie.
Yeah.
Oh. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yes, they're
Kind of
fierce.
fun. I don't know how long I would.
Are they getting them on camera? Yeah.
I think they
wow.
are.
Nice.
Yeah.
So definitely tweet me. Let me know what you think about my shoes.
Beautiful.
Leah, oh, it's so good to see you. Your beautiful face. I missed you. You've been so busy.
I know. I'm so glad I was able to make it today.
Oh, who are you wearing? And tell us, first of all, tell us who you are.
Oh, I'm Leah Cevoli, and I'm an actress, host, and producer, and I'm so happy to be back on the Spicy Girl Talk.
Yes.
The jacket is Paris Blues, the outfit is Rewind, and the shoes are Kenneth Cole. Not quite as high as those, more of a comfortable heel.
Look at your toes. If you can see Leah's toes, she has different colors on her toes. It is like the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I love it.
Summertime.
That's
And
right.
Leah, what are you up to
Celebrate
these days?
Oh my gosh. What am am I up to? I'm actually on my way to Yosemite, California this weekend for a production meeting for The Sultana, which is a documentary that I am a producer and a voice actor in. And I'm also managing a ton of crowdfunding campaigns over at FanBacked. And I have a horror movie coming up, hopefully in the fall, and Nowhere Land, which is a feature that I have a supporting role in, is just finishing up on Kickstarter. They've got like 5 days left. Check it out at nowhereland-movie.com, and we'll be shooting that in the fall too.
That is so amazing.
Nice.
Yay!
That's amazing.
And I've got my wonderful friend Gio Messale.
Sherry.
I always love to see you, Gio.
I love seeing you too. And I love seeing you guys. And you for the first time. We just met for the first time.
And you are looking so handsome today, Gio. Who are you wearing?
Well, I am wearing H&M.
Wow, beautiful.
Nice.
I love it on
And
you.
You know what? It caught my eye when I went into the store, and it's dirt cheap. So I was like, that's the way to go, bargain shopping.
Oh, it looks so good too.
Yeah,
love
thank you.
And you just told me before we went live that you're going to New York next week.
I am. I'm going to New York next Friday. As some of you know, I'm in post-production on a film about Alzheimer's, and we're going to finish up the film in New York and get to see some family, a family reunion in store, and it's going to be great.
Such an important project you're doing, Gio. I can't wait to share it with everybody. It's
we're looking forward to it. We want to launch the trailer on Go Curvy. So when it's done,
I'd love that,
do
Gio.
that.
Love that. And the beautiful Dellany piece,
Hi, beautiful Sherry Lee. I thought you two had met as well.
I know.
No.
Because I was going to say, I love always being with these two, but now it's these two together.
Right?
Because I feel like we're kindred spirits. We're all multitaskers, and we're all wearing different hats. So I'm Dellany Peace, producer, creator, writer, director, So I love my life as well. Like 1 week I'm an actress. Last week I was a plus-size model. This week I'm a director. I'll be directing a music video in September, and then next week I've got more producer meetings. So I'm just super happy about, and you guys all get it. So I love it. Yes.
And she's awesome. Those pictures from last week when you redid your hair,
my
she looked amazing.
Yes.
It was like a different person.
Thank you. Yes.
And she was like
Gorgeous.
teasing us the whole time.
I know.
Who are you wearing, gorgeous?
Well, sometimes ignorance is bliss.
You're wearing Dellany's closet.
I will say it's a bargain shopping. Kohl's.
Beautiful.
This was I do know it was a $50 summer dress, but I got it for $12, I think. And then Sherry Lee's generosity. I'm borrowing these today.
Nice.
It's a perfect
And her bracelet. So yes.
Beautiful.
I have to say, I'm envious of women because you guys get to wear these beautiful heels, and men are just like,
You
whatever.
can still wear heels. Who says you can't?
I could, but then I'd be taller than all of you. Camera wouldn't be able to get me.
Right? It's fun wearing heels. I love wearing heels. It's just one of those fun things. So everybody, you ready to get busy? Ready to get down to it? Do you want to breathe? Should we breathe? Let's take a deep breath together. 1, 2, 3. And let's start with relationship advice from romance novel authors.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
And this is from cosmopolitan.com. And the first author is Eloisa James, and her advice is watch how he treats the waitress. I think that's a good one.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Because the way he would treat the waitress is the way that he would treat you.
Exactly.
So
and I
true.
think if someone's rude to somebody
Who's in service to them.
Yes.
it's kind of a big clue.
Yes.
Very true.
I think that's a really great piece of advice.
That was good.
Eloisa James, thank you. That's a really good one. Next, number 2 from Sophia Jordan. And she says she recommends be an independent woman. I think that is so important. Be an independent woman.
I agree. I think
Everybody
that's
is
something that
here.
men find very attractive too. Is that you're independent and you're not sending off these vibes of desperation or that you need that guy. You know what I mean?
On the flip side,
A challenge.
I am a very independent woman,
Yes.
and I have heard over and over, well, maybe you're too independent and guys don't think you need them, you don't need anything from them, you've got it all together, or you're intimidating. And I hate when people say that.
I think it's an excuse.
I've heard that too.
I think
Right?
I think independence is key, especially in this world. And
Yes.
maybe there is a minority of men that don't want independent women, but I think overall independence. And take care of your man, obviously, but
Right.
but he needs to take care of his woman also.
Yes.
So
It's an interesting.
Yeah,
I do agree
so-
with Leah though. There are a lot of men out there that are very intimidated by that.
Or that's an excuse because
I think
they
it's
have
an
some kind of other
excuse.
commitment issue, relationship
Yes.
issue. But
Yes.
I think it's an excuse because there's nothing wrong that you are doing being an
Right.
independent woman. It's actually their insecurities and there's something wrong with them. And you being your awesomeness, you're actually reflecting back on them and they're kind of going, oh, there's something wrong with me.
or hey, I need to be awesome to be with her.
Right. And for all the men out there that don't like it, it's really hard to be independent. So
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
And it actually turns me on.
Oh, there
It does.
we go.
No, it
It's a
does
turn
turn
on.
me on. It does.
Women being independent or?
Women being independent
Oh,
turns
okay.
me on.
Well, you must
As-
be really
It's
turned on
strong
right now.
Yes.
You
No,
must be
but
really getting hot
it turns
right
me on. And in my prior straight life, when I was dating women,
Yeah.
it was important to me.
Independence.
Independence. I didn't want someone
I
that
think it's
relied on
sexy.
me.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I think it's sexy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
And
did.
we have
I'm sorry, Sherry Lee, because just one blurb
Yes.
about a horrible man who didn't like my independence. He did say the reason why he was with me is because I was like a wild horse who needed to be tamed.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So,
You know what you
hi,
should have did? You
interrupt
tell
there,
him
sorry.
to take a ride.
Oh, yes.
Take a ride. Take a ride.
Giddy up.
Oh.
All right, next we have Jackie Burton, and her piece of advice is to communicate. That's a key.
Absolutely.
That is an absolute key. Communicate.
Do you think women have problem communicating though, or
Yes.
you do?
I do absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. I
Meaning
think it's
being more honest and open about how they feel about
of
things.
what we need.
Oh,
I
okay.
think we as women we have a really hard time, especially independent women, saying what we really need.
I think it's something you definitely grow into, and I would hope, it's been so long since I've been in a relationship, but I would hope that the next time I was in one, that the things that I've learned will come forth.
Yes.
And one of those is, yes, to speak up. So many
It's
of us, I
okay.
realize you stick around in your head hoping, well, he's going to change that. He'll know that I don't like that. He'll know that he shouldn't be doing that. And you really probably should have just
Yes.
split it
Said
off
it.
to begin
Yes.
with,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Very true.
Does it fall under the I want the man to read my mind? I want
I
the
think so.
partner to read my mind.
Yeah.
Like you should have known what I was thinking.
I think a lot of people think that, but it's like my big thing is now, if I can't read your mind, I can't read your mind. I don't know what the hell you're
Well,
thinking.
I think
you
the
know?
dynamic comes down with family, with friends. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you have
no.
to say it. If
You
something
do.
hurts your feelings,
It
let
is,
you know.
yeah, it is a
Absolutely.
dating prerequisite of mine. I have to date a telepathic. If not, we can't go out. I'm sorry. You have to know what I'm thinking.
I think, one thing that I've gained from being the mother of 3 grown boys is men cannot read your mind.
Oh,
They
no, it's true.
can't. So you gotta, and sometimes you have to tell them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before they get it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and also when women say they're fine, they're not. They're
Yes.
not. So if
Yes.
you say, how are you? And
Yes.
she's like, I'm fine. She's not fine.
Exactly. Next we have Karen Kramer, and her piece of advice is put yourself in his shoes. That's important, right? Like look at it from the other side.
No. no, because if you use that excuse, then it's like, oh, he worked so hard today and he's having a bad day.
Right.
So let me be sensitive to it.
I know, but Gio,
It's
can't you give him
right.
an inch?
Yes.
Like, give him an inch, Gio. Like a little bit.
Don't go there, Gio. I can feel it. I can feel it. Don't go.
I'm gonna give him more than an inch. You just put me right in that spot to answer it that
I
way.
set you up for it, exactly.
You set me up, but well, I mean, hopefully it's more than an inch for everybody.
Oh my goodness. Give him another inch.
No. I hate that excuse.
yeah, put
Those are my
yourself-
2 big pet peeves lately.
But that also then connects to how you can't take anything personally because everybody's on their own journey.
Yes.
So rather than get defensive thinking, wow, he did that to me, think about, well, wait, what's going on in his head? That
Exactly.
it was something
Right,
that
because
he did.
there really could be something going
Yes.
on, and I think sometimes you just gotta give
He got
somebody
in a
the
fight
benefit
at
of the
work,
doubt.
you don't know, he walked in in
Yeah.
a bad mood,
Yes.
and snapped at
Yeah.
you because your shoe was on the floor or something,
Yeah.
something silly.
Sometimes just give a little, just give a little, Gio. Just do me a
I'll
favor,
give
just
it
a little.
I'll give it a little and see how it works out.
There we go.
Okay?
There
I'll
we go.
report back to you.
Please do.
Yes.
Last but not least, we have Myra Banks, and she says, talk about your fantasies. How do you feel
Oh,
about that?
ooh.
Dellany piece.
Whoa, like my chocolate fantasies are.
Well, I talk about my chocolate fantasies with my guy right
I
now.
was thinking about Milky Ways and I don't know.
Your Milky Ways that you put in the microwave. No, but talk about your fantasies. Like, do you feel comfortable doing that with someone you're dating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, personally, I think my fantasies got me in a lot of trouble. that's why I'm now single.
But you know what, Leah? That means you haven't met the right person, because it shouldn't. It should be like, oh yeah, that right.
It should be dirty talk.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're gonna dirty talk, then you have to do it. Yeah. You can't just, you know.
You can't just have.
You gotta. You can't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk.
Tease. No.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was great advice.
That was great.
Really great advice. Now, off to our next subject. Breathe. And this one is from eHarmony. Hey, eHarmony. We love eHarmony. They give us lots of love on Twitter. And this is reasons he may not commit. So reasons he may not commit.
Oh,
okay.
So,
what are they?
Leah's like, don't even share it. Just
Let
get
us
right
know.
into it. Get right into
Tell
it.
us, eHarmony.
He's not over his ex.
Oh, our exes.
Yeah.
There's someone else in the picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Bang. Yes.
Always.
Oh, that's.
Yes.
He's totally happy in his life and he doesn't want to change it.
I don't believe that
Right?
Yes, I'm gonna agree with that.
Are you going to agree with that
Yes,
one,
because
Gio?
I'm sometimes like that.
Right? Where you're just going, your own way and it
one. But
feels
isn't that
good and-
complacent?
No, I love my life and I
I
love.
feel like two makes everything even better. You travel.
It does.
Yeah.
If you find that person that is at the same
That will add.
level at you, that
Right.
you can have your own life and all that. I hate answering to people. I
Okay,
really
but in
do.
that case, then it's not that he's happy with his life; it's that you're not the one.
Oh yeah, and that comes. Oh, we're almost there. It's all about the money,
Ooh.
right?
It is. I don't know that guy. It's all
And
about
this
the
is-
money.
Do you
Because
think
he doesn't have any.
not being at the same financial level?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think that's a major thing out there
I do
right
too.
now.
I really do.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And next, he's a romance junkie.
Oh, yeah, love junkie.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They just
Sorry.
want to date and date and date. They love that feeling of like when you first get together,
Okay.
romance,
Yeah.
and then you
And
lose interest quickly.
They actually have 12-step programs for this. I attended one once.
Really?
So have I.
Love Addicts Anonymous. There's a book out there, Love Junkie by Rachel Resnick. It's amazing. I read it years ago. She does writing workshops and she explains her journey. But it's a real thing.
Yeah,
It's a real
absolutely
thing.
it is.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Next, he's not ready for responsibility,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would believe that.
right?
Yeah.
That's a big
Well,
one.
then he needs to start small, get a dog.
Or why can't we
Goldfish.
just?
Goldfish.
Go get it right.
Go
I mean,
get,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, he's just not into you.
Exactly. Next, he only wants sex.
Right.
Nothing
Right?
wrong with
That's
that.
so easy. Right? Oh, Gio and I are going to talk after the
Well,
show.
okay.
I see Gio and I have to have a conversation.
Okay. But wait, he could have sex with the person he's committed to. What are we saying here? Like what?
Well, he just
What?
wants to have sex maybe with not just one person, Dellany.
Lord
Right.
help us all. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's just not right.
And then last but not least, he's just not into you.
Right.
That's what Gia, yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
They had a movie about that.
They
Like
did.
what? Like 3 years
First
ago.
it was
They
a
did.
book. First
Yeah, it was a book and then
yeah.
it was a movie. I fell asleep during the movie because
The
it was
movie was
just
fun. The book was good though.
boring,
The book
but-
was good. I read the book and I definitely used that in my life that year. Like, not that into you. Stop calling. Stop emailing. If he was, he would be calling and emailing back.
Yeah. And that is, I think, above all,
Right? And
The
who wants to
rule.
be with
Not
someone who's
into
not
you.
into you?
I just,
No one.
wait a second, you guys.
Right?
Hold on. Wait.
uh-oh.
We're smarter than this. Hold on. I don't know if it's all like that's a Bible or anything. You know what I mean? I think that our society has conditioned men to be complacent and they don't have to pursue you. They're like, she'll come to me, whatever. And it doesn't mean he's not even into you. He
Yeah,
just
but-
doesn't want to put the work in anymore.
But
who wants him? Who wants him?
But wait, guys,
Right,
I have
right.
to say, being the only man on this hot, spicy
Yeah.
Girl talk.
girl talk
Hot,
over
spicy,
here,
spicy.
between three hot women,
Yes, thank you.
why is it the man?
What do you mean?
Women are the same way.
Yeah.
Women are the same way towards men.
Wait,
Yeah.
excuse me?
Come on,
I'm hearing
straight,
deep voices.
straight crew
No,
out there,
it's-
agree?
yeah.
Let's hear it.
I agree
Let's hear
with
the
you,
claps.
Gio. I agree with you.
Okay,
Thank
but
you. I mean, I just want-
percentage-wise, I would say
No, it's
yes. There are
50-50,
some women out
equal
there
opportunity.
that are happy being alone. There are some women out there that are just looking for sex. There are some women out there that are looking to play the field. But I would say 80% of women would really like a monogamous, steady, committed, awesome relationship.
They would,
And
yes.
so do 80%
And
of men.
I think it's probably the other way around.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. And then I think there's women who think that's what they want.
We're going to have to ask Brandon about this.
Yeah,
Get him on the
remember that,
couch.
Brandon.
We're going to ask Brandon about this
Yeah.
because that brings up a really interesting point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like
I think some women think that might be what they want because they've been told that that's what their worth is. And that goes back to independence. You know what I mean? It's all a vicious cycle.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next topic. And this is for Matthew Barrett, our executive producer. He picked this one. He's like, do it, Sherry. So we're going to do it.
Oh, boy.
And we know
He said it like that. He's like, do it, Sherry.
Yeah, so we know
Do it,
Matthews
do it.
has got some interesting ones, but this one actually it blew my mind a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
So this is from the Daily Mail. And this is the 5-date rule. So we used to hear about the 3-date rule, right? That you won't sleep with someone until the 3rd date.
Okay.
Well, now they're saying that it's like 5 dates. Women want 5 dates. And there's also women want some other things. So let's get into this. So, what women need before the first time, and I really
Sorry, that doesn't work for me. But I'm open to hear the new age thing. Yeah.
Well, I think
whatever's in.
I think some of these you will relate to. I really do. So, what women want before the first time, they want 2 gifts or 2 tokens of affection.
Oh my goodness.
2 tokens of affection.
2 tokens of affection.
Okay.
They want 5 social media messages.
And wait, 5 a day or 5 a week or 5 before?
5 before the 5th date.
So wait,
When they
are we
get
talking about like going on Facebook saying I had the hottest date
Yeah.
with
Or
this?
Leah tagging
Social
you,
media.
tagging you in
Yeah.
a photo,
Or-
leaving a cute comment on your
Okay.
page.
Maybe for
And text messages.
the
It
teeny
doesn't
bopper
work.
sex
No,
life,
no, this
something.
is just social media. They want someone saying that they're with you on social media.
Showing a connection to the public
a
that
retweet.
you're together.
A
yeah.
retweet would be good.
Well, do you women feel like that's important to you?
Oh, just wait. Let's go through the list
Okay.
and then let's go
All
through
right,
this
let's go through the list.
and
Yes.
then let's discuss it. So I'm going to
Okay.
read these all out. So just
So remember
soak it up
that
here,
one.
everybody.
I will.
So they also want 12 text conversations,
Okay.
5 phone calls, 7 passionate kisses, 4 meals together, and 1 bunch of flowers.
Oh my god.
Come on!
Okay, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Exactly. Like, is that not kind of an in-depth list?
Yeah, that's a little
Yeah,
much.
I think. Wait, where was the survey from? Is it
This is
Daily
from the
Mail.
Daily Mail.
which is
Daily
from
Mail.
Matthew
The UK.
Barrett?
Yeah.
Matthew Barrett. Okay,
Oh,
all right.
it's the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is from the UK. So
So
is
I guess
that
they want to date the royal family or
Right?
something.
Yes.
The one that got me is the social media.
Okay,
Yeah.
but see, that's the one that I actually relate to.
No, you see, no.
I do.
She's like, you
because
better like my project.
Dating has become computer.
I have dated
Where-
people in the past. We're dating, maybe we're even in a sexual relationship, yet they don't accept the tag that you put on the picture that you put up of them. It's like, wait, why not? Or they don't leave ever leave a comment back. Yet you see, now maybe they're not a big social media person, but yet you see them leaving comments on other people's
But Leah, don't you know what that is?
You have too much time on your hands looking through Facebook.
No, because she has to do tons.
It's part of my work. I'm always on social
To
media.
me, that means he is into you because he's like, I don't want her to know that I'm actually stalking her.
No, I
like,
don't
I
agree.
think, really?
I don't agree. No,
I think
but
that means
then
he's
again,
into
I
you.
think people with social media are different. Like, some people are private. Like, they're not gonna.
And that's okay, but if you see that he's communicating with other people.
Yeah, no, you know what?
I don't
Listen,
know.
I
have-
love the couples that put up the photos together and they're like, oh,
Leah, I have a rule.
5 dates, though?
I have a rule. I don't bring guys that I
Sherry,
date
that's so cute.
around my friends like until like
Wait,
3 months into
but
the
this
dating.
is what we're saying, that
This
this has
is
to
only 5
happen.
dates.
Yeah,
This
no,
has to happen before
Too soon.
sex,
It
is
wouldn't
what
even
they're
happen
saying.
before sex. Yeah, that's
So
that's
5
silly.
dates could be a month and a half.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
the social media thing
No.
doesn't even work. You don't even have
A
to.
month and a half, 5 dates.
I'm
Okay.
so busy right now.
No.
I'm on 2 dates with
No,
one
yeah.
guy, and it's taken
Wait,
like
wait.
2
I'm
months.
with
Oh,
you.
2 guys?
No, one guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
one guy.
We've had our second date. It's taken about 2 months to make that happen. We were supposed to have our 3rd date this week, and I had to cancel because I was too busy.
Right.
Lifestyle.
5 dates would be. You're right. 5 dates would be a month and a half.
At
Because
least.
if you think like in this day and age,
That's
if you
one
have a
week.
busy
long
if you have a
time.
busy
That's one
schedule.
a week if you were able to fit in one a week.
but-
It's true. It's whatever your priorities
Wait, but
are.
this is 5 dates before sex, so that
Yes,
means there's
that's
no
what they're saying.
sleepover until the 5th date.
Which
Or
is-
maybe there's a sleepover and there's just no sex.
Right.
That'll never happen.
Look, everybody's different. You know, I tell my girlfriends.
Look, I tell my girlfriend no sex where I was the one that wanted to have sex and he was just looking for a sleepover. I swear to God, like a recently divorced man.
Yeah.
And you just were
Wasn't
like,
ready to
I
have
don't get
sex,
into,
right?
like, oh, let's have cuddle time, and I mean, I like to have cuddle time
Gio's like,
after.
let's do it.
I'm bad. I'm sorry. It's not bad. Maybe it's my old jadedness, but I kind of like.
I don't even know what it is.
You meet some people on the social apps, and
Right.
all they want to do is cuddle. I'm gonna cuddle with some. No, seriously.
I have a pillow.
I'm
for
gonna
that.
cuddle.
I have a pillow for that. And a
Yeah,
dog.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cuddle with you that I've just been talking to for maybe
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, come and cuddle. I mean, I find
But
the
you're gonna
cuddling.
have sex with somebody you just
Wait,
had?
what?
Cuddling over 10 minutes?
Cuddling is more intimate than having sex.
Yes and
For
no.
myself.
Yes and no.
The same thing as oral sex is
But-
not sex for me.
I could lay down and cuddle with you right now.
All right, let's see it.
Yes, because
You know
we're
what I
friends
mean?
and I love you.
And that would be fun.
But you would not
But
sleep
I wouldn't
over.
have sex.
And you would not sleep. Well, we wouldn't have
Well, I
sex.
know,
But
let's
it's
just
because
say
you didn't
you
text her
would.
yet. You didn't text her.
That day is
Facebook picture yet.
You have to do like a selfie.
Later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for that later.
Yeah.
Everybody's
As soon as it
happens. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. You're all so wonderful. We're gonna be looking for those tags later on all those
Yes.
pictures. Gio,
Yes.
you have a job to do.
All right.
You better step
I'm
it up.
going to be reprimanded after this. It's okay.
We need another Spicy Girl Talk section in about 5 days. 5 days, to me, that's way too soon. Too soon.
Wait, too soon to
Really?
have
Yes.
sex?
Okay,
Yes.
you think that's too soon?
Too
Yeah.
soon. But this is
gosh.
another conversation because then it's Sherry Lee
Absolutely.
has
We would
to.
separate.
I was saying it for her.
Let's talk about that.
Too
Let's-
soon. You still don't know if the guy's a murderer or something. Are you kidding me? I'm not going there right now. Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That's a spot for another.
That's another one.
Like, that we will talk about that
I read a
another
book about
time,
this, I'm
Dellany.
not gonna lie. Yeah, thank you, Sherry Lee. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So let's get into our first recipe. This is a fresh peach cocktail. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Let's have a look. Well, summer is here, and if you are like me, you love fresh peaches. Oh my goodness, fresh peaches are everywhere. And today we are gonna make a cocktail with some fresh peaches. It's always wonderful to have a signature cocktail when you have guests over. So let's get started. And we have to start with the secret ingredient. And this is fresh peach puree. This is so easy to do. All you do is you chop up that peach, throw it in the blender till it's nice and smooth. So let's put this in our drink. And I would say use about 1/4 cup. If you like more fresh peach, put it all in. In fact, let's do that. Throw it all in there. We have got the juice from half a fresh lime. Don't you just love it in the summer where everything is so fresh and so sweet? And this literally, this cocktail takes you under 1.5 minutes to make. Also, what we need to put in here, and this is strawberry syrup. You can find this anywhere in the grocery store where you find the syrups. Got strawberry here. I don't like to use a whole lot, so I put about 1 tablespoon in. It's just gonna give you a little bit of sweetness. And let's throw some ice in there, get it nice and cool. And here we go. Here's the magic ingredients. We've got 2 ounces of vodka. And you want to give that a little bit of a whisk. Oh, I don't know if you can see this. It's so nice and creamy, and it's almost like a smoothie. Now, if you don't want it quite so strong, you can add a little bit of soda water. I like it just the way it is. I think your guests are going to enjoy this. This is a fresh peach strawberry cocktail. Cheers, everyone. And we are back, and look who I have on the couch. I've got one of my favorite people ever, Brandon Aki. He is, okay, Brandon, help me with this. You are a courtship consultant and expert.
Yeah.
And people call you the real life hitch.
Yeah.
Because you help women find love.
Yes, absolutely.
And today you are here, and we're going to talk to one of my favorite people, Leah Cevoli. And Brandon, I have to be really honest with you, because I have the most wonderful, beautiful girlfriends. And it's like, what the heck is wrong with these men? What the heck is wrong with these men? Because it's not one, it's two. It's like all these girlfriends are having problems finding like a really good, stable guy, and it's not just the women. Like, there's something wrong with men out there, and I don't want that is so horrible to say, but give us some tips to. So we meet a great guy. Give us some tips. Like, how do we do it? Like, why do we do it? Like, what is going on? Leah, okay, a little bit about Leah. She is hardworking. She is smart. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. And she's having a problem dating. Like, what? First of all, I got kind of carried away here. Brandon, tell everybody, introduce yourself so everybody knows how they can get a hold of you, and then let's go in and give Leah some great advice.
Yeah, I'm Brandon Aki. I'm a courtship consultant, and you can find me on brandonaki.com. That's spelled A-K-I. I guess one of the biggest things is that, to realize that you're not alone.
Yeah.
You know, if everyone is, kind of voicing the same concerns, just realize that you're not alone, and that's totally fine. But I think the biggest issue is that, people aren't realizing that men are just afraid of relationships and being, heartbroken as women are. Yeah. Right?
And I think, Brandon, that was last time you were on. The one thing that I took away from that is, as women, sometimes we think men are just really simple creatures, and they're not.
No.
And I think you said that to us, that there's actually some depth. There's some depth there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if, I've always loved this great quote, if you change the way that you look at things, the things you look at change. Yeah. And if you realize that, hey, this man that's sitting across from me is actually more fragile than I think all men are, well, then what are some things that are going to help him feel more reassured? And with all of my clients, I usually just say, hey, you know what, find out exactly what he needs, and then start becoming what he needs, and then decide whether or not you want to keep doing that. Right. That's it.
So Leah, give us, okay, I know you've been dating. I know you've been online dating, because we've talked about this on the show. Yes. Give us a little bit of a breakdown of what's going on.
Okay, so I have not had a real relationship, and by real, I mean more than 1 or 2 dates, spend relationships, holidays together since approximately 2005.
Okay.
So we're talking like 9 years. Maybe I'll give 2007. Maybe I'll count that. So we'll say six years, something like that. Okay. In my past, I attracted men that were emotionally unavailable. A lot of musicians, a lot of guys who had no jobs, money, struggling models, musicians, actors, things like that. Cheated on as a teenager many times. I've had some seriously intense relationships. I'm not going to go all the way there. I'll save that for the book. Yeah. But there's some serious intense relationships in my past. Yet I've tried to keep an open heart, and I've tried to dive into each new relationship with the same we can make this work. I'll be loving and supportive, and each time it blows up in my face and turns in the same way. So I think for me, for a couple years, I kind of retreated, and I said, no more sex with somebody unless I think it's going somewhere. And before I knew it, I was basically celibate, and I'm like, oh my God, now I'm in my 30s. I'm supposed to be having more sex. I had more sex as a teenager. And so I guess the past 2 years, I started online dating. I've put up the profile. I've put up exactly what I want. I've been open about who I am and what I'm looking for. I've revised it a few times over the years. And I tend to try to be open, and I've probably gone on, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 first dates, and there's just not been any chemistry that has made me think it was worth my while for a second date with anyone. I'm not finding anyone. I just turned 40. All of my friends, all of my brothers and sisters are married, they have kids, some of them are on their second and third marriages, and I haven't even ever been engaged. And it's I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, what, so I don't get to have that big party if I don't get married? I don't get to celebrate with family and friends like that? Yeah. That
Leah,
stinks.
It sounds like you're putting so much pressure on yourself, though. Brandon, are you getting that, too? That Leah's putting a lot of pressure?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'd like to go on a vacation with a guy. I'd like to share a holiday with a guy.
Yeah.
What do I do? Oh, magic genie.
Yeah, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Well, my first question would be, how guarded do you really feel you are?
I don't think I am. I don't know. I'm pretty open and honest. If we were to go have lunch, I'll tell you everything. I'll open it up. And so then there's come a point where it's okay, you don't want to let all your baggage out on the first date. Let's keep it hidden a little. I don't know, but with life experiences, like, you know right away when you meet someone, I think, if they've had enough life experience to connect with your life experience and things of that sort. I'm trying to be more open with the types, and no longer is there this list that he has to have long hair and tattoos and be tall. Now I'm open to anybody. But the last guy I dated back in like 2007 was bald, and he ended up being a swinger. But it's like I was like, I tried. He was bald. He didn't have long hair.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I feel like I've done so much work on myself over these past 6 years of like kind of non-dating that I think I would be able to handle a relationship and be good in a relationship, but I'm not meeting anyone to have a relationship with.
Yeah.
I know. So you're stumped.
No, it's a common issue. But the question is, if you're feeling like you're not completely guarded, well, then you have to look at. Let me put it this way: attraction is not about pulling someone towards you. Attraction is about taking out this big brick wall that's standing in between the two of you, that's stopping them from being 10 feet away and not being able to see you. Right? So with regard to that, you have to be able to open up your heart enough to say, hey, like, what does he need? Does that make sense?
But who's he?
Every single person that you meet, right? Because that's where the answers start, coming out. If you're changing your outer perception of, okay, hey, he doesn't need to have long hair, he can be bald now, he can be this, he can be that, right? Well, then start finding out what he truly needs, because that emotionally unavailable piece is just another wall, right? It's not unavailable, it's just, hey, he's emotionally guarded, right? And I'd venture to say that you're emotionally guarded as well. So now you have to figure out exactly how to...
Which is probably why I've attracted those in the past, but I've kind of don't want to go with someone who's emotionally unavailable because I know where that road ends up. If somebody's emotionally unavailable, I don't want to be their shrink anymore. I don't want to be their mommy anymore. I don't want to be, I want to find someone who's complete and whole in themselves now and ready to build a relationship, because in the past, that's all I was getting, which reflects on yourself, absolutely. You're attracting, like attracts like. A lot of times they say a relationship is like a mirror. So if you're seeing something in somebody, then it's something that you need to work on yourself.
It's true.
But I don't know how to meet people anymore. And maybe that's part of it, is like, I think I had this revelation. I was in New York for about a year ago, and I was living there for a month, and I realized, like, I'm walking down the street on my cell phone, checking my text messages. What if you look up? Maybe there's a cute guy that just smiled at you that you missed, because I'm so used to being alone, independent, doing my own thing, finding my own bus, finding my own travels, getting on the plane myself. And I've noticed that I'll carry 10 bags, I'm used to carrying 10 grocery bags and things, and somebody goes, yo, you need a hand? And I'm like, no, I got it.
It sounds like she needs to be a little bit vulnerable. Do you think, Brandon?
Absolutely.
Just to open up, be a little bit vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Brandon, how do you feel about online dating?
Online dating is amazing, but you're still dealing with the same issues that you're dealing with when you meet someone at a bar, at a grocery store, at a restaurant, or on the street helping you carry your bags. Right? You're still dealing with the same exact issues. Someone doesn't want to tell their entire story online, so now you have to wait until you're sitting with them, and then if you're still guarded or defensive or whatever, now they're still not sharing that story. It's the same thing over and over again. So the answer is you have to continuously start looking at what they need. Does that make sense?
And that goes for both sides. You're saying, like, look at what the other person needs.
I always go off of this factor, is that I always have to assume that the other person is not able to do what I'm able to do. Right?
For them.
Because we all have in some way, we all have a purpose. We all in some way have our things that we shine on, right? So with that being said, you just understand that you're already more open than he is, right? Just assume that.
Okay.
And then once you do that, then just say, hey, what does this man across from me need, right? What areas is he feeling insecure about? He's 42 or he's 46, his hairline is creeping back. Mine is too, it's like, what are these things that he's feeling that are making him, feel like, hey, time is running out, and how can I be a better woman for him? You start asking questions that way, you start changing the way you look at things, your entire dating life will start opening up. You'll see it, and it'll cause you to be more vulnerable. No choice.
Interesting. That is really interesting. And Leah, that goes back to what I learned from Brandon last time he was on the show, was don't assume men are just simple creatures, that there's something going on in there. And, I think sometimes we don't think about, like, what's he thinking? You know, like what's going on. Maybe he's insecure too. You know, maybe he has those walls up too because he's been hurt.
The answer is definitely
Right?
insecure. Definitely feeling guarded in some way, shape, or form. Find out what that is and make him feel at ease. And guess how many people, how many women on planet Earth can make him feel that way? To feel completely open and honest.
Yeah, it's very true.
You'll be the only one because nobody else is trying, right? That puts you ahead of everybody else. That automatically says, hey, you know, I don't know what it is, but this Leah woman, I just want to hang out with her. And that's the important piece.
Just need to find them.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
I'm ready and willing to try all of these tips. I just need to find somebody that I'm attracted to and that they're attracted back.
Yeah, and what I'll say with that too is that, you know, if men took that same approach, you know, everybody would feel better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, when I was, you know, in the green room, like everybody's saying, yeah, you know, like, you know, we're hooting and hollering for one side or the other. But it's true. If we take that same approach and we just say, hey.
During our spicy girl talk.
Yeah. It's, you know, like, I wish that, you know, and so many times you sit on a date and you're just like, man, like, I wish I could just say, like, I would love to be with you. I'd love to hang out with you. I'd love to, you know.
And why can't you? Because then you seem like a crazy person because on like the first date
we
you're
all
like,
have the walls.
there's a
We all
connection
have
here.
the
You know, I
walls.
feel so, I love you. I feel this connection. And the guy's like, oh, she's a nut. Because you can't say that till what, date 12? Right. And 20 text message.
Well, and what I'll add in there is this too, is that on the first date, how much do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's
Nothing.
true.
That's what I go on
Absolutely
first
nothing.
dates. I go on first dates all the time.
Yeah, but if you start, and I'm not saying that you're doing this, but if you start a first date and you're saying that, hey, I have everything to lose here, it means you're not thinking about today. You're thinking about 10 years from now. You're thinking about 20 years and a dog and 3 kids and white picket fence.
Right.
But if you think about today, you say, hey, this person across from me could be the door opening to all types of amazing things in my life.
I usually think about it as a free meal.
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it too, right? But I mean, from a guy perspective.
Why not? He's gonna buy dinner. Why not?
Yeah, but from a guy perspective too, I mean, a lot of times we spend so much time with, you know, testosterone that, you know, it's like, hey, like, you know, $100 for a meal is totally worth it, you know, to see pretty green eyes sitting across from me and a great
$100 for a
smile.
meal. I am dating the wrong guy.
Brandon, I know you said this before too. You know within the first 3 dates, right? That it's either going to go somewhere if it's not.
If you're asking the right questions, you should.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should. Yeah.
So
And if you're looking for the
saying
right
like
things.
on the first date, there's chemistry, there's attraction, there's all of that. And then, you know, then yes, you want a second date. Then by the third date, you'll know whether that chemistry and attraction is going into a relationship.
But no, I think Brandon, I remember Brandon saying before too, like if you want children, like there's certain things that,
certain
you know,
deal breakers that pop up.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you have no fear, because if you're only saying, hey, you know what, all I have is right now. You know, have you ever seen Meet Joe Black?
Yes.
Where, you know, well, you should see it. I don't want to give it away, but, you know.
Such a good movie.
I want an adventure partner. Like, that's what I want. I want someone to be adventurous.
Well, I'm going to, spoiler alert for those who are watching or whatever, but, you know, they have this great chemistry, this great moment, and they keep second guessing it. And then all of a sudden somebody gets hit by a bus and they die. You know, and really that's what can happen. And I don't want to take the extreme there. But if you take that moment and you just say, hey, you know what? All I have is right now, and if I have no fear about tomorrow or 10 years from now, what kind of questions would I ask?
Yeah.
And the answer is you ask all kinds of questions. Hey, you know what? I'm at this stage in my life, and hey, if we don't get married today, that's totally fine with me. You know, let's have a great time, and you tell me about your upbringing. You tell me about your aspirations for the future. You'll ask so many different questions that'll help you figure out if he'll be right for you in the long term.
Okay, so you're saying ask more questions on the first couple dates,
questions.
not just be polite and
You have
friends.
nothing to lose.
Ask
Nothing.
the questions, find out.
Yeah, and guys, and that helps you, at least from a guy perspective, that helps you relate to men much better, right? Guys, we're straight line thinking most of the time. There's always outliers. We're straight line. It's like, hey, like, you know, we're not going around the circle or anything like that, but it's just like, hey, like, where are you in your life, Brandon? Well, this is where I am, and this is where I want to go. Well, now you just found out, like, he wants to go to Istanbul for 15 years, and I'm probably not taking that trip, or whatever. Like, you know, those are types of things that'll help you figure out, like, hey, is this the right type of man for me? And on the flip side of that, if you find out all the answers to things within those first few dates, Well, you just say, hey, you know what, this can be a great friend, and then you realize that all kinds of doors can open up.
Yeah.
Because now you have great dialogue, and you know, what can he say except for, I met an amazing woman.
Yeah.
All she did was look for reasons why we could smile and laugh together. All she did was look for reasons why, you know, we can be great friends and talk and communicate.
So that clicks because when I'm on these first dates, I'm looking for the reasons why they're not the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm usually doing.
That's the guard.
I'm going, oh yeah, no.
So you're
no.
that wall's already up, Leah. It's already up.
Yeah.
So rather than looking for what
Remember,
is right,
you have
I'm
nothing to
looking for
lose.
what's not.
Brandon, that's
Yeah.
a great piece of advice. You have nothing to lose on the first date. Just
Nothing.
put it out there.
Nothing. And you know, and you'll surprise yourself with it too when you start looking for, you know, there's a great story called Acres of Diamonds. So if you Google it, those who are out there, Acres of Diamonds. Long story short, it's you know, there's always lumps of coal out there. Are you looking for the diamonds in people? You
Right.
know, are you looking for all the reasons why they can shine? Or are you looking for,
Right.
hey, you know, by the time I leave
Right,
this
and
date, I'm gonna be dirty.
I'm going, right?
Exactly.
I'm going, no, he's a piece of coal, no, he's a piece of coal, no, he's a piece of coal.
Yeah. Look for the diamonds.
That's
And
a
if I
what a
would
great
maybe
piece of
if I would
advice.
just rub them for a date or two, I'd seize a diamond.
Shine 'em up a bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and the thing about diamonds too is that you have to put the pressure on, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because they come from, you know, from a long time worth of pressure and refining and things like that, right?
Doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Right?
So you say, hey, look, you know, like, you know, because guys will play games, and what I mean by that is you know, we've spent so many, you know, decades and centuries as men and women coming up with all these reasons why we have to say this on a first date or that you got to deal with all these games that he feels he has to play.
Yeah.
Right, and that's fine. But you put the pressure on him a little bit, and you say, "Hey, look, like what's, you know, when you start feeling those games, you say, you don't need to play those with me." And when he looks you in the eyes, he's gonna say, "Wow, this is the first woman I've been on a date with. I don't have to play games." You know, and you put that pressure on him. You look straight in the eyes, and you say, "Hey, like, who are you? Where are you from? Where are you going?"
Right.
You know?
Find out right away.
Find out right away.
If your paths are aligning and if your dreams and hopes for the future are aligning, rather than get into a relationship that's not the right one for you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great
And we
advice.
spend so much time lying to ourselves, let alone other people.
Absolutely. And trying to say, oh yeah, no. Oh wait, the fact that he has like a fake email account that you've hidden and you found these things. No.
That's what I am exactly.
No, but, I mean, but you know, imagine. I mean, and like I said, change the way you look at things to see things differently. You know, that guy who was the swinger. You know,
Yeah.
think about. I mean, that's something that's deep seated within him. How many people does he
you
have to
know what?
lie to?
Well, you know what?
to
He
be
ended
himself?
up marrying the girl, though. They were swinging on the side, and they kept swinging, and now they're happily married swingers. So
Wow.
And do you feel like that they have an honest relationship?
I have no idea.
But I mean, in
you
your
know,
gut instinct, like, they don't
apparently
have to-
they were good for each other.
Yeah.
You know, like they were good for each other.
Yeah, and that's the
And
thing.
I mean,
yeah.
and with that, I mean, I've grown so much that, you know, I was glad that I walked away and I didn't participate. I was invited to participate. I was invited to be a part of this, and I was
That's
like,
a whole
no.
nother story.
I know it is. That's a whole other topic.
I want to, you know, so he was dating me and he was dating her. I knew this. We were, and then, you know, as it progressed, it was getting serious with both of us, and he ended up going the swinger way, and I was.
Because that wasn't your
It
way.
wasn't my path.
That was not
I
your
mean,
way.
You know, I was sad that the relationship was ending, but I was doing that, I'll hope that he's going to decide he wants to be in the monogamous relationship, because I'm the fun girl, you know, like, and being open and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I've had some
Leah.
doozies.
Can't
I have had some doozies. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But
But I think,
yeah.
Leah, if you take anything away from this conversation, take away on the first date, you have nothing to lose.
Right, and to be looking
down
for
those
the
walls.
reasons why this person is the right person,
Yes,
not the wrong
not
person.
the wrong person. And take
'Cause
down
that's
the walls.
definitely what
and
I've
be
been
a little
doing.
bit vulnerable. Leah, be a little bit vulnerable. Right? No, a little bit. Not
Be
too
a lot.
much.
No, I'll disagree.
Not
Be a lot.
really?
Say, hey, Jonathan, Jason, Michael, whoever, ask me anything, right? Because if there's
Interesting.
something that you can't answer, well, then that's baggage you haven't dealt with.
No, I can answer anything, but sometimes I feel like I'm a little too open and honest when I answer, because when I really get into some of my past, that could be a scary thing too.
Oh, the delivery is important too,
Yeah.
right? So you know, if you're going into a 20-minute diatribe on something, like, you know,
You gotta
check
give
it a
them
little
bites.
bit.
So
Yeah,
answer
give
all
it
the
a
questions in
small bites.
bite-sized pieces.
Right. And I think, Brandon,
Yeah.
would you agree sometimes, like, not to bring up the past? Like, the past should be
Right.
left in the past. Like, don't get it all out there. Like, I just don't think sometimes that's a really great idea either.
Start throwing away all the bad stuff in your past, right? And then start, you know, because you can, my best friend always says that you're carrying around a dead body, you know? When you have all those bad things from the past, imagine having yourself, you know, 10, 15 years of just horrible baggage and you're just lugging all that around. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Becomes heavy, a terrible burden.
But when you bring all the good stuff with you, now you're just flying everywhere you go. You know, you're just, you know, people are like, oh, did she just touch the ground? Because she's been floating everywhere.
But I think the question most people would have, like, on a date would be like, really? Why haven't you dated in like 6 years? So how do you answer that question without
The true answer. The true answer is what?
The true answer is blah, 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 blah.
I didn't know how.
Blah, 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 blah. The true answer is I took a break. I had been hurt so much that I took a break to work on me.
I didn't know how.
I didn't know how.
Yeah, I didn't know how. I wasn't ready.
No, I mean, the key.
I didn't know how. I didn't know how to have a healthy relationship, so I stopped having them all together. Please just have sex with me.
But if I tell you that the key... I mean, I get it, but we're all in the same boat here. But if I tell you that the key is being the right person for that other person and always looking for ways that you can be amazing for them, how many people think about it that way? Yeah. How many people have it all wrong? If you're always looking why you can be amazing for that person, nobody else can touch you.
And I think that scares me because I've tried to be amazing for other people who did not try to be amazing back to me.
But Leah, think about it. So what if there's Mr. Right and he's there and you have that, like, I don't want to be amazing. You've missed him. Yeah. So just keep being amazing. Yeah. Keep being amazing, Leah. Just keep, just do it. Sweetheart, do it. Just keep being amazing. Don't put the walls up. Just let it out. Be you. Yeah. And I truly think if you are you on a date, the Leah that I know going out there, he's there. And he's going to find you. And you're going to find him.
When he's not, I come over and we're going to have a slumber party. Yes. And you'll have the tissues.
And wine. And wine.
And the wine.
Yes.
Well, I guarantee you he's going to call. I guarantee he's going to call one of his buddies. He's like, dude, I had an amazing date, man. Like, and how often, and guys that are out there watching are going to say, man, when's the last time you had that? It's like, it's been a long time.
Because he's waiting for you too.
I knew I knew you guys were gonna make me cry today.
Just let it out because I know you as the most amazing woman, and if you put that out there, Leah, it's gonna come back. It truly, truly, truly is. Yeah. And Brandon and I are going to be checking up on you because you're a really special person.
To be honest, you guys, I've kind of given up. Like, I don't believe it exists.
You have so much. Don't give up. My goodness, no. You're one person that's not ever giving up. So, Brandon Aki, Leah Cevoli, thank you so much. We will be checking in with her, Brandon, you and I. We're going to keep an eye on this one because this one's special. This one's really, really special. Absolutely. We love you. So much love, and you're an amazing, amazing lady, Brandon. Thank you. Find Brandon on social media. He's a really incredible young man. Brilliant too. I have something for you. You want to try something different with avocados? This is an avocado feta dip. Let's have a look. Well, my beauties, here is another easy barbecue recipe your guests are gonna love. We are making an easy avocado feta dip. It's a little bit of a different spin on your normal avocado dips. Helping me in this recipe is my handy dandy little chopper. I love this chopper. It makes making any dip or chopping anything so easy. So let's get our avocados, put those in there. Make sure you have a ripe but not an overripe avocado because you don't want this to get too mushy. When picking your avocado, there's one little thing that I like to do. I like to give it a little bit of a push and make sure it's not too mushy, because if you can push it and it stays pressed in, probably your avocado is a little bit ripe and it's not great for this recipe. So there we go. We have got 2 avocados, half a cup of cilantro, the juice from 1 lime. Put that in there. Oh, this is smelling so good. We've got half a cup of diced onions. Get all of those in there. And we've got a 1/4 cup of feta cheese. And the winning ingredient, some hot sauce. You can make this as hot as you want, depending on how your guests like it. I would suggest doing about a teaspoon of hot sauce. It's also going to give you some nice color. Put that in there, and you can do either the instant do-it-yourself garlic that's already ready to go, or a clove of garlic in this recipe. A little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Watch how easy this is. Now you don't want this getting too mushy, so really keep an eye on how it's starting to chop. You don't want it getting too mushy because there's nothing good about a mushy dip. I think that's about right. Let's have a look. And one of the things that I love to serve with this dip is always some fresh vegetables and some pita chips. Now look how delicious this dip is. It smells incredible. Your guests are gonna love it. For this and other recipes, please come and see us at gocurvy.com. That's right, find it at gocurvy.com. We have so many wonderful recipes there we really want to share with you. Well, everybody, this Saturday is the big day. It is free headshot days. You give us so much love here at Go Curvy that we want to give some back to you. So Saturday from 3:30 to 5:30, get all the information. It's on social media and on our website. We can't wait to see you. Let's all put our best foot forward and just get some new fresh headshots. We can't wait to see you down there. And the whole Go Curvy team is gonna be down there. So come down and see us. All the information is at gocurvy.com. So I am here, beautiful Priscilla, how are you?
Great, great. You know what? There wasn't much activity taking place during that segment. I know everybody was listening, tuning in. Yes, that was a great segment. Give it up to Leah for being vulnerable.
Absolutely. Yeah. Such great advice, Priscilla, right?
Yes.
Just such great advice.
Exactly.
So, sweetie, who is our website of the week this week?
Well, our website of the week is Plus Size Princess at plussizeprincess.com. Awesome. And it's ran by Cece Olisa.
Oh.
And one of the articles that's coming up right now is, no, my boyfriend isn't settling for a plus size girl. I love her perspective on a term that I just never heard of, is love mixed weight relationship, or superficial fat chick. Just I love her relationship pieces.
Wow, that's wonderful. Cece, thank you so much. We're so glad you're the website of the week this week.
Yes.
You got some good questions for me, Priscilla? I can imagine in the chat room things are going. And we have to give a big shout out. We've got the beautiful Heather, Canyon Girl, in the chat room. She's live with us here today, Heather. We are so glad you're here. And she's in that chat room chatting with you, so make sure you send Heather some love too.
Exactly. And hey guys, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram, on Twitter, and as well as Facebook, and on our YouTube channel, all under Go Curvy. And if you have any questions for Sherry Lee, make sure you use that hashtag #AskSherryLee. So are you ready, Sherry Lee?
I'm ready. Bring it on, Priscilla. I'm ready.
All right. I know we often talk about bucket lists. So what are something that's on your bucket list that you can share with us?
Oh my goodness, so many things on my bucket list. I'm trying to think. One of the big ones is, I think, Priscilla, and I have to put this one out there because Saturday is actually the 3rd anniversary of my stroke, so that's another reason. Awesome. That's another reason why we're getting all together on Saturday and we're doing something fun and something positive. But one of the things on my bucket list, and this was never ever on my bucket list before, but it is now after my stroke, because Priscilla, I used to be a really great artist. I used to paint a lot and have a really creative soul. And one of the things that the stroke did kind of, oh, thank you, sweetie. In a different way, which is also wonderful. But I've lost the creative ability to paint anymore. So one of the things on my bucket list, and you will see me doing this, I'm going to take a camera with me. I'm going to take a painting class, because they always say, never go backwards. But in this case, I'm going to go backwards a little bit because I want to learn to paint again.
That's beautiful.
And if I have to start from scratch, let's do it. So that's probably #1 on my bucket list. Get that. creative juices flowing again.
Exactly. It's always great to do that. It's always. And so our second question is, you know, because we were talking about dating and fantasies, what are some of your fantasies?
Okay, now I'm going to share this with all the Go Curvy viewers. My biggest fantasy is to have a full 8 hours of sleep. Oh. Please help me fulfill my fantasy, somebody. 8 hours.
That's funny. You may have to go on a vacation to do that.
I think so, right? Oh my goodness. Or drink a whole bottle of red wine. I don't know, Priscilla. I'm getting to the point where something's got to give.
Well, my fantasy, no, I'm just kidding. No, my fantasy for real though. My fantasy is to upgrade my phone. So.
Oh, there we go.
Yay! See, it doesn't have to be
you
sexual.
Just disappointed a lot of young men out there with that one.
That's funny. Okay, so the last question is: would you move to improve your dating life?
I know, and I know who this came from. And hello, my sweetheart. Mwah. Can't wait to see you in Vegas. Would I move to improve my dating life? Well, I've moved across from country to country, so. At my age, probably not. Probably not. Again, Bricks loves it here in LA, so we're not going anywhere. How about you, Priscilla? And I know your answer, but I'm not sure that the viewers out there, though. But would you move? So, Priscilla, you found true love. Would you move across the country?
You know what? I did that one time, and it didn't work out at all. I thought that, you know, he and I were going to get married. It didn't work out. But
you gave it a good right. At least you tried.
I did.
Priscilla, so many people won't try.
Yeah.
And, you know, I give you so much credit for that.
Yes. So if it was, I feel like at this moment in time in my life, I'm not ready to move for love, but if the opportunity presented where I would be able to move, or he was able to move to wherever we were, I would do it. So
definitely, and you're really busy right now, and your life's kind of in Los Angeles, so
yes,
you're not going anywhere
or New York,
soon, young man. Yeah, or New York, exactly, exactly. Hey, sweetheart, do you like hummus?
I love hummus.
Ooh, well, just wait and see, because I cooked up this roasted red pepper hummus. Priscilla, it is so good. You want to have a look with me?
Yes.
Let's check it out. Are you ready for some red pepper hummus? Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, and it is so easy to make. We're gonna mix some up for our guests right now. We are gonna start with a can of garbanzo beans. And if you watch the show, you know how much I love my little handy dandy chopper. Best $40 I've ever spent. So let's throw that all in there, a whole can. And one of the reasons I love making my own hummus is you know exactly what is going in it. No preservatives, all nice and fresh. Let's also throw half a cup of roasted red peppers. These are the ones that you buy in the jar. They're already roasted. You can definitely roast your own, whatever you prefer. Half a cup. Throw that all in there. We have got some dried basil. This is gonna give it a little bit of flavor, so let's throw that in there. We've got the juice from one whole lemon, or if you're using lemon juice, about a quarter of a cup, a third of a cup, somewhere in there, depends how much you like that little bit of a zing. Here is a little bit of a favorite ingredient of mine, and this is tahini sauce. Or, as I call it, because I can't really pronounce it very well, it is just ground up sesames. This gives your hummus so much flavor. Throw that in there. Now, I know sometimes the hummus you get in restaurants, or the ones that you already buy, has a lot of garlic in it. And I like a little bit of garlic, but not too much. So I'm gonna use my fresh ground garlic. Not too much. I like to do about 4 spins. If you want more, you want some fresh garlic, go ahead and put as much in as you like. Let's put on our lid. I have so much fun doing this little chopper. And here's where the magic happens. My handy dandy little chopper. Look at that. Oh my goodness. like my hummus too smooth, and I know some people do, so if you want to chop it a little bit longer, go right ahead. I like mine to have a little bit of tooth. So let's bring over our plate. And I'm serving this with whole wheat pita bread. These are so nice because they're the perfect size. Look at this. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. And look how easy that was to make homemade red pepper hummus. Oh my goodness. That red pepper hummus is so good. Please try it, everybody. Well, look who I have here. I've got my beauties with me today. Brittany and Tegan. My beautiful, beautiful girls. So, Brittany.
Yes.
Date night.
Yes.
We don't want to overdo it.
No.
But one chance to make a first impression.
Exactly.
What do we do, Brittany Ybarrow? Help us.
It's funny because last night I had a conversation with a bunch of my guy friends. I was like, what is one thing that really bugs you if you're going on a first date? I was trying to get a guy's feedback.
Yeah.
And first thing they said was too much makeup. And I was like, okay, so maybe we are doing a little too much makeup. So I'm going to show you a couple little tricks to enhance your beauty without overdoing it.
Brittany, one thing I know that guys don't like either is too much lipstick.
Oh, because you can't kiss them, of course. That's the first thing. I was like, oh, too much lip. Okay, so no kisses. Exactly. I also have a tip for that as well.
Ooh, there we go. Well, Tegan looks gorgeous as always.
Thank you. I wanted to keep it more light for her because guys, if you're at first date, they want to get to know you. They don't want to see all this caked on makeup because they're going to sit there and look at you in your eyes and try to get to know you. Yeah. So they want to enhance your beauty. You don't want to cover it up. You just want to enhance it. Yeah. So what I did for Tegan, she has beautiful brows as it is.
Yes,
so I actually,
she does.
It's a cool little, it's a slanted eyebrow brush, and all you're going to do is you're going to draw the hairs. So instead of just caking on, you're going to just draw on the hairs, and then it's going to blend a lot smoother.
And one thing I learned from you, Brittany, is use powder, not a pencil.
Powders look so much more natural because pencil, you can see it's just straight drawn on, and you don't want that.
Use the powder.
And then today for Tegan's eyes, because I also, since it's the first date night, we want to do more natural, I use a lot more browns and tans over black because you don't want it so dramatic, but then it still looks like she's wearing black, but she's not.
But
it's
she's
all
not.
brown.
She's wearing the brown, so the more natural nudes,
exactly.
right?
And it'll make her eyes pop even more because she has more of the brown eyes, so using black would make her eyes look a lot smaller. If you use browns and whites, her eyes will appear a lot bigger. So we can just stare at you in your beautiful eyes.
Make that eye contact. That's what we want, Brittany.
Exactly.
Look how smart you are. Make that eye contact.
And then also for the drop shadow, look up for me. Underneath, I did the gold drop shadow instead of black because, again, it's going to really open up her eyes. And then also, what did I do? I did for her, I contoured a little bit in these corners, which every girl knows contouring. Just make sure you blend it out. That's the only thing.
You don't want those harsh lines.
Yes.
You don't want those harsh lines. You got to blend it out.
Because I know every girl wants to contour, especially in certain areas. I totally understand. Just make sure you blend it out.
Blend it. Yes.
And always make sure you put blush right on top. So I would always just, if you can get one of like an angled brush, and it's really easy just to dab.
Yeah.
And then you can even smooth out that way, and it has such a finishing, flawless look. Beautiful. So you can't actually see the transition between the foundation and the blush.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love it, Brittany, because she looks so natural, but so beautiful and glowy. So, Brittany, your tip is don't overdo it.
Do not overdo it.
Use the more natural colors.
Yes.
But don't be afraid to put makeup on for that first date.
No, exactly.
Don't be afraid.
And a lip stain, because if guys are gonna, they see lip gloss and they freak out a little bit. It's like, okay, I can't kiss her. Lip stains, it looks like lip gloss, but if they kiss you, it's not gonna come off.
There we go.
So that is definitely a great tip.
And she's ready for date night. You look so beautiful. Thank you, Brittany
You're
Ybarrow.
welcome.
Great tips, Tegan, beautiful as always. To our amazing everybody who was on the show today, thank you so much. Brandon Aki, it's always wonderful having you here. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining us every week here on Go Curvy, because without you, there is no Go Curvy, and we want to send you so much love. And please remember, you're smart, you're beautiful, you are more than numbers on a scale. Live for today, love your body today, and let's go Curvy!